We can start. So first of all, welcome to everyone for this long presentation about the Damanhur Federation and the music of the plants. But first of all, I just want to start with a thank you. Thank you, Semir, to inviting us and to give us this incredible opportunity to be here, to being able to create a beautiful stone spirals that we built together this morning with a group of people. The stone spirals for us are, let's say, a strong energetic connection to the place, to the territory, for the people that are living in this place. So I hope that you are going to enjoy the possibility to experience the spiral, but obviously this is a perfect occasion to celebrate, I would say, almost 20 years of friendship between Damanhur and the Bosnian Pyramid. Personally, with me and Semir, so I had the honor and the pleasure in 2005 to come here to Bosnia to invite Semir in Damanhur in Italy. So, and all this year we've been following each other in all our adventure. Now, let me just introduce myself and also introduce who is with me. So my name is Crotalo Sesamo, and I know that these are not really typical Italian names, so it's not the classical Marco, Mario, but these are in Damanhur spiritual names that are connected to an animal and a plant. You will discover more about it. This is a connection that we are, let's say, making like in the past, like the Native American they're doing, you know, with their totem animal names. So in a way we get the spirit, the connection with the experience of that life form. So I'm sure that everybody knows which animal is a crotalo. Yes, no, yes, someone knows, someone doesn't know. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm the rattlesnake. You know, the snake that is making sound. So no worries, I'm not going to bite you, okay? So my animal name is crotalo, my plant's name is sesamo, the plants of obviously the sesame seed, and with me soon I'm going also to present Terrier, that in Damanhur is an expertise of the music of the plant. So I've been living in Damanhur for over 36 years. I'm a spiritual researcher, a teacher, a healer, a traveler, because with Semir we are sharing the same passion for, let's say, the archaeology, well, the alternative archaeology. But most of all, in Damanhur, one of the big research is about everything that can finally give us the opportunity at least to know something different, at least to have the possibility to choose in what we want really to believe. So not just to have the truth that is given by our educational system, by our society, by our religion, but as free thinker, to truly being able to collect different information, to collect different things, to then find which is our way, which is our truth. By the way, Damanhur, it means city of light. We are located in the north of Italy, more or less 40 kilometers from Torino, that is probably the biggest city nearby us. In the north, foothills of the Alps, and is in 1975. So yes, it's almost 50 years ago, that thanks to, again, another visionary man, Roberto Eiraudi, in Damanhur, Falco Tarassaco. Well, through the vision of Falco, we are starting to imagine a place that could be the perfect practical example to live spirituality in the everyday life. In Damanhur, we have a concept that we call of the medit action. Of course, we probably are all used to meditate, to work inside of ourselves, but for us, spirituality is then something that from a meditation will bring us to act, to put it in practice, to make it happen. So not just to imagine something, not only to research in something, but then to bring what we've been learned into action, into practice. A concept that we call the spiritualization of the method. And again, here in this beautiful park and in all the project of the Bosnian Pyramid, we see that it's not just an idea, but it's then a vision, a dream that is becoming true, that is capable to transform, you know, a wild forest then in a beautiful park. in something that could be meaningful also for others, that is giving a message, that is trying to teach, that is trying to show something that maybe others doesn't want even to show to us. So in this, Damanhur is literally trying to put in practice everything that for us is a spiritual mission. A mission that in a way is really to inspire people to the impossible. What I'm trying to say? Well, soon I'm going to show you some images. It's a video of some years ago, so it's not really recent, but it is nice because there is still Falco. Falco unfortunately passed in 2013, but in these 10 minutes you still have, you know, a general idea of, again, the impossible possible, what I'm talking about. Damanhur is well known not only to be the largest federation of spiritual community. We are more than 600 people that are living together in this place, in this area called Valchiusella, and we have double more that are living around us. But Damanhur is also famous for the Temple of Humankind. Probably you heard about it. It's the largest underground temple existing in the planet. It's more than 9,000 square meters dig into the rock. We didn't find any empty space, so it means that we've been digging by hands underground to create this that is the celebration of the humankind. Not the celebration of one God, not a celebration of one religion, because we are not a religion, again. We are a spiritual path. So in this, we are integrating in a syncretistic way the best, the most important spiritual element all over the planet and all over time. Because there is a knowledge that never changes, that is always the same. As the sacred geometry are teaching us, telling us, well, there is a language that never changed. We might change the way to explain, we might change the modality to talk in the culture, in the moment of time, in the civilization we are living, but it's always the same. So we brought back this language that we also call the stone language. Again, the language of the sacred geometry, the language that brings every corner, colors, element to have a meaning, in which also art is then adding more and more significant, more and more meanings. So we create a place that is for everyone, for the humankind, and for the every expression of spirituality that humankind is being doing all over time and all over the place of this planet. So more than 9,000 square meters. It's more or less like a palace of 17 floors, but obviously not done as a palace. Dig by hands, by all of us. I've been a lucky builders of the temple. I arrived in the late 80s, and well, there's so much to say about the temple. We dig at the time in secret, because imagine to go to the country and say, oh look, we want to build 9,000 square meters underground with no architect, no engineers, just following the sacred geometry of the past. Well, probably nobody will believe us and nobody will give us the permission. So we took the risk to do it in secret, yes, day and night, carving by hands, centimeters after centimeters. And for us, again, this has been our immediate action. So carving the rock was really like to carve inside of ourselves. Creating a new space outside was really like to create a new space inside of us. And then bringing the art, the meaning, through the shape, colors, and beauty, it was really to bring that knowledge, that significance, that values in a language that doesn't need translation. Because art talks with the heart, with emotions, with the feelings. So you don't need someone to tell you. You can just stay there and feel. And the reason why we did it underground, not because we are crazy. I mean, of course, you need to be a little bit crazy to do, this kind of stuff. I'm sure that Samuel is also a little bit crazy. to take so much risk to do everything that has been happening here, because sometimes rationality will not work, will tell you no, just don't do it, too risky, too many difficulties, too many people that are going to complain, to go against you, because you are trying to do something new, you are trying to manifest something that is different. So you need to be courage to be different, you need courage to be able to really bring something that is not what everyone is doing every day. But this is the beauty of inspire people to do the same. Because if we did it in Italy, well, everybody can do it all over the world. And I hope that we've been also being a little inspiration for what has been happening here. And this makes me very proud. And I'm sure that is making proud also Falco, that is not physically here, but I'm sure it is in spirit with us. Now, why underground? And then I'm going to stop to talk, and I'm going to show you some images. Well, underground because, yes, like in the past, we choose this place in the north of Italy, in Valchiusella, for a specific reason. For a research that in every civilization is about the energy lines of the planet. We can call them ley lines. We can call them the point of the back of the dragon. And many of the symbology of the past about dragons, about caves, about huge snakes or golden snakes, they've been connected to the study of these very important energy points. We talk about the meridians in the body. Well, let's talk about the meridians of the planet Earth. Crossing point of energy lines that are creating a source of energy. And energy is information, and information is energy. Places of pilgrimage, in the true sense that you are going to travel, to make an effort, to spend time and energy to go there, because you can find your answers, the answer to your questions. Not because someone is going to come and talk to you, maybe also, but maybe because then there's going to be your inner voice that is going to be reawake and is going to talk to you. Because the forces, the energies, the subtle world is going to come and make that click that will help you to remember who you are, from where you come from. And most important, why we are here, the mission of our life, that in our spirituality is extremely important. Because in every life, yes, we have to go through a process of reawakening our memory, reawakening exactly who you are, from where you come from. But then the other important part is really to realize why you're here, which is the unique mission that you have to realize in your life. Because for each of us, there is a very unique, specific mission that we have to accomplish. So the fun is obviously not just to find the mission, but then to realize the mission, to accomplish the mission. So, based on this study of the energy lines, based on the study of these meridians, well, yes, we believe that this place in the north of Italy is a place where 4 of these energy lines, of these synchronic lines as we call, they are crossing together, making that area extremely interesting, extremely powerful, where things they could be accelerated, where we can dream much more intensely, where we can much easily astral traveling, where we can definitely have more intuition. So the temple is underground to, in a way, plug perfectly into these energy lines, into these energy points. So the temple could be a bridge, a portal, a laboratory, a place of research, or if you want, also a vessel that can connect time, space, and dimensions. Well, I think I already talked a lot, so why not to have some image, some videos? You like the idea? Yes, because we're gonna try to interact with you, because as you see, we already have, the professional singers. Actually, we just prepared them, a few minutes ago. They're gonna be professional singer. So, and I like also maybe to dedicate a part of this conference and presentation to questions and answers, because there's so much to talk about Damanhur. Because Damanhur is obviously the temple, is art, but is also education of our children. It's also our social system. It is obviously also the different idea of time, and who knows, also we talk about time travel in Damanhur. It is all the research into the nature, the plants, the music of the plants machine, and many other very fascinating topics. So I will try to synthesize, but I also would love to hear then which are maybe the topic that you're gonna love more. Now, as I said, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna go behind, press play, and we are going to enjoy 10 minutes of this video, okay?
This is Valtusella, a green and unpolluted valley in Italy in the foothills of the Piedmont Alps. Here, in the mid-70s, the Damanhur project began. The creation of an eco-society based upon ethical and spiritual values that recognize the great preciousness of human and cultural diversity. Awarded by the United Nations in 2005 as a model of sustainable society, the Federation of Damanhur is an example for the future, the seed of a culture of peace that could inspire change in the world's economic and social systems.
Una nuova combinazione che porti equilibrio, a new combination that may bring equilibrium, che porti armonia, harmony, che porti bellezza, beauty.
Damanhur was born to bring together the dreams of many people, to create something new, something never imagined before, something that this time could actually become reality. We need reality today. Therefore, it is necessary that dreams come true so that they can allow us to carry on dreaming. Damanhurian philosophy is based on action, to do, to act, to believe in what you are doing, to give meaning to things.
1,000 citizens of all ages and 16 different nationalities, centres and embassies in Italy and around the world, 80 economic activities and services, all private companies, most structured as cooperatives and inspired by solidarity and ethical principles, art and craft workshops, bringing back to life ancient arts and trades. A constitution, a complementary currency system, an open university, internal schools for boys and girls, and a temples complex dedicated to humanity.
Damanhur for me is a laboratory. It's a laboratory for the future. What we know for sure is that the future won't be like the past. We don't quite know yet what the future will be like, but we know that we cannot continue the same way as we have done before. Therefore, we must try to set out our new ways that we can live together without killing each other, without disadvantaging each other, live together in peace and in solidarity. And for this we need experiments. Experiments not only in theory, but also in practice. And here Damanhur has a unique contribution, because here people put into practice what they think. They dream, but they don't only dream, they also wake up and they act. And this is a unique contribution of Damanhur for our shared future.
Everyday life in Damanhur is based on trust, kindness, and sharing. These values are so important for us that we included them under principles of our constitution. A welcoming attitude, imagination, and a good sense of humor are important ingredients honestly with oneself and with others. Our animal and plant names affirm our desire for a deep contact and are also a playful way to relate to one another. My name is Asteride Ananas, sunset butterfly, pineapple.
Shrimp wild fennel. I am condor sunflower.
Sono formica coriandolo, ant coriandolo.
In Damanhur, we choose to live in community. In our large homes, there are communal spaces that we all share and personal rooms. Each family includes people of different ages, couples, singles, couples with children. Life together in this way is very rich because we can share diversity, experiences and dreams. Damanhur was born as a social experiment. Today, its ever-evolving model is studied by academic institutions and often portrayed by the media. The Federation participates in many networks. The most important is GEN, the Global Eco-Villages Network, an NGO recognized by the United Nations. There are many ways to participate in our projects, as citizens, or by coming to live in the valley, as people of different nationalities are choosing to do.
Damanhur is internationally known for its temples of humankind, an underground work of art built by its citizens and dedicated to universal spirituality, to the union between human beings and divine forces. The temples are a three-dimensional book carved out of a mountain, which tell the story of humanity from the past to the future through many forms of artistic expression. Built completely by hand, the temples extend for thousands of square meters on different levels, connected by miles of corridors. The temples are located exactly at the point in which a rare mineral comes to the surface, carrying with it the physical energies of the earth. This mineral is myelinite, an ancient rock over 300 million years old. This is one of the most important energy centers of our planet. Here, four synchronic lines meet, the energy rivers that link the earth to the cosmos, transporting thought, dreams, and ideas. The temples of humankind symbolically represent the inner rooms of every human being, a profound journey of discovery to the inner self.
This is the labyrinth. It is dedicated to the union and the harmony of all the divine forces of humanity, of all times and all peoples. Each window is dedicated to a god or a goddess. On the walls of the central nave, the history of humanity is narrated, from a primordial time of unity with the earth and the cosmos, through dark ages of suffering and wars, to a possible, more balanced and awakened future. The Hall of Water, dedicated to the feminine principle and the goddess. The halls of the earth, linked to our planet and the masculine principle.
In the temples, everything can be read like a book. Every color, every shape, every detail has a significance, following a precise code of form and proportion. The Hall of Metals, linked to time and the connection between life and the beyond. of spheres at the heart of the temples and the synchronic lines. A hall of mirrors dedicated to light, to air, and to the awakening of humankind as a divine being. The temples demonstrate that a small human group united by strong ideals can create extraordinary works. The temples are a gift to humanity and its future generations. The temples can be visited by anyone who is moved by a sincere desire to immerse themselves in the atmosphere of this extraordinary work of art.
Very good. So that was obviously a first part of the video, but we want to offer you also some other kind of experience, some experience live, and then we can come back to go deeper to some of the topic that you might love more. So one of the idea of this this celebration with the spiral, the conference and everything, it's also to brought to you one of the many different research that starts in the middle of the 70s, 76, 77. We had a very advanced electronic laboratory at the time, and we were doing a lot of experiments also to bring more awareness on the fact that we are living in an ecosystem in which everything, every life forms is trying to communicate with us, is trying to interact with us. So, as you can imagine, part of this research is then when to develop the communication with the plants world. So, at the beginning, there's been, these very big machines, these big kind of boxes with very, let's say, for the time, complex circuits in electronics, that they start from a very simple idea. So, as human, as plants, as alive beings, we are creating electricity, okay? So we create electrical conductivities, and these conductivities obviously change instead of our vital rhythm, our thoughts, our emotions, our state of beings, and etc. So why not to create a machine, a system, a tool that is capable to, let's say, read these different electrical signal and then to translate it in something that could be also sound and music. Well, at the time we create a lot of very fun machines. For example, there are still some very ancient videos in which there is a little chart with the sensors connecting to the plants, and the chart is literally, let's say, moved by the plants, that is moving how the sun is moving during the day, to be always under the sun, or that is pouring the water when the plants want, or another very famous, another machine connect to the lock of a door. So the experiment was to come close to the door and send thoughts, positive thoughts to the plants. I'm gonna give you water, I love you so much. And then the plants was unlocking the door to allow us to enter. But if then we were coming there, very angry, negative, like I'm going to destroy everything, including you, look, the plants was blocking the door and we could not enter. So obviously interesting experiment for at the time prove that there is a constant communication with the nature, and in particular with the plants. But the machine, the device that is being evolved more and more to then finally realize something that is absolutely portable and accessible for everyone is the music of the plants. So translating all this signal into sound that are not pre-recorded, but they are live from the plants. that how we interact with the plants will then respond or try to communicate with us. So I'm inviting now Terrier. So Terrier, please come here in front. Terrier is part of the team of the music of the plants, and I thought that this was the perfect occasion to bring it here and to realize a live concert with us with different possibility to interact. So now I'm going to give the mic to him, that is going to briefly tell us what is going to happen, and then at the end I'm going to get the mic back and to see if there's going to be questions for us. Terrier, it's all yours.
Thank you to all of you and Sam for this occasion to talk about the music of the plants. So I'm Terrier Kauri. I'm in Damanhur since 7 years and passionate of the music of the plants. For 15 years I'm an engineer, and then I was helping to develop the last machinery. I'm not a software engineer, but I was trying to build something that was people could be easy to manage, so that to encounter our aim to communicate with the plant world. So I also would like to start the music so that you could start listening to the plants while we are talking. This presentation, I would like to have it in 3 parts. The first part, just an experience for the mind and mind journey, so that I give you some knowledge what is it, the music of the plant. The second part is sort of sensitive and emotional experience with the music, and so to have an experience only with the music from plants. And the last part, just a short meditation, so it's a journey for the soul. So give me 1 minute just to plug the instrument, and then we continue talking.
So in the meantime, while Terrier is preparing everything, I just want to explain you how it works. So obviously here we have multiple music of the plants machine. This is really the last version. So we came from huge boxes to then smaller and smallest one. So these are not bigger than as Mars ones, just to give you the idea. What he will do now is to connect with the plants. Connecting with the plants, it means that one sensor of the machine will be connected to the roots. So it's going to go down into the earth. Another sensor is going to be plugged to one of the leaves of the plant. So these 2 sensors are the ones that are going to translate then the electrical conductivities into sound. Obviously, okay, the sound is back. So obviously here we have 3 singers. Actually, yes, 3 are the machines, so 3 are the singers. Even if there is, a reserve here, in case the others, they are going to maybe fall asleep, because we also have to imagine that every plant has a different voice, different rhythm. There's some plants that are much more talkative compared to others. I don't know if you're gonna hear me. Probably you're gonna hear me even without the mic. So what we're going to do now is really a combination of voice. Like to have 3 different singers that are going to play together. Obviously, there's going to be many different opportunities to create concept of the plants, but for this special occasion, we wanted really to give you something special that could again underline the beauty of this very special day together.
Okay, thank you. So here in the music of the plants are creating this atmosphere, and as Kratos Carlo said, we have the two sensors, so we are measuring the difference in the potential between the two sensors. And so we have developed an algorithm, a software that is on board on our device, and then a synthesizer. So the plants are composing the music, but we as human beings, we are giving the instruments. So it's like the plant is building, is writing the notes, but we can sing, we can play a violin, we can play a piano. And then I show you an example. So now I'm changing the instrument. So the music is the same, but we can change the instruments. So for us is a sort of alliance between the human beings and the plants. The plants are a sort of alien world. Alien because for us they are so far, we cannot understand so much. And our aim as human beings is we say to unify the mother world of human beings and plant world. The plant can understand us. The plant in this moment, they can feel us. Scientists demonstrated that the plants, up to now, they demonstrate they have 25 senses. So they have our senses, they can hear us, they can feel us, they can perceive our chemicals and our perfume, because they have a lot of chemical sensors. So of course they are also sensible to light. So in this case they have all the capabilities, like in perceiving the external activities like us, but they have much more. For example, the electromagnetism, the gravity. So what at the beginning our master was trying to demonstrate is that the plants have a huge capability, huge intelligence, and a huge sensitivity. And so for this reason in 1976, as Crottle said, our master decided to start the first electronic laboratory to demonstrate the intelligence of plants. That is something that in the university happened many years later. So only in the last 10 years there is some university. For example, if someone knows Stefano Mancuso in the University of Florence, who wrote many books and demonstrates that the plant have the ability to predict the weather, to predict what is happening even in the future, because it's important for them to survive. They don't have the ability to move, so they have the ability to understand what is happening around, so that they can modify themselves. They can they have a different time perception. So for them, even if they cannot move, but they can send their seeds in some directions and plant some other trees. They have a sense of time in decades or in centuries that is far different from us. One of the aspects that for us is really important, and then I saw that we are developing a lot, because the people is asking is the possibility for the plant to give us wellness. Everybody knows that if we go in a wood, we feel very well. We feel like that we are regenerated by the plants, by the trees. Japanese have a science and that is called Shirin-ryoku, also it's called forest medicine. So doctor can prescribe to walk in a specific wood to cure some specific disease. So for example, if you have asthma or if you have a throat, then you can go to pine wood to cure that specific disease, and they prescribe to walk, to take your time and to spend some hours in the wood and then absorb the energy of the wood. Energy of the wood, that means that each single tree is like an antenna connected the earth to the sky. So if we walk on the wood or if we hug a tree, it's like we are in that huge field of energy between earth and sky. So our partner in France is working with some universities, and they are trying to demonstrate how the plant can heal our body and not only our body but our spirit. They had some experience. They are connected with a scientific laboratory that is connecting the protein with, so let's say the DNA with sound. So what they did, there was some sick person, and then they took the music of the plants in a sound bath session, and then they went in that laboratory. They analyzed the mathematical pattern of the music, and they found specific proteins. That proteins were connected to the specific disease of that person. So this is a new frontier of the medicine, because this could be that plant has the ability to analyze and to scan our body and to understand which disease we have. And the next step, of course, we have not demonstrated, but there is some research on that way, is that the plant also could heal and could cure us, because they understand what we need, and then through our specific technology could emit the specific sound and the specific frequency in the specific pattern that could heal our body. This is really something amazing that would like we want to go on in this research. So now I would like to make some experiments with you. For example, at the moment it is playing this plant, and if we disconnect the sensor, the music is stopped. And then we could even try to put the sensor in another plant, and we could feel the difference in music. Feel the difference in music means we could feel, if the instrument is always the same, we could feel that the plant could make some scale, could make some interval, could change. And what is important is that the plant are affected to our thought. The plant try to put equilibrium in the ambient where we are, and so the plant is playing exactly the music that fit for us in this moment to establish this equilibrium. Let's have a try together. This is the sensor, and the music stop. Again. You'll see. And the music start again. Let's change another profile. And then I change the plant. Let's see how this plant can sing for us. This is the video. It's not always easy to perceive the difference. Of course, even we could make some experiments on the thought. When we try to meditate, also this could be a chance to make this experiment and to see how our thoughts and our mind frequency make difference in the plant and what is happening. So now I would like to also make an exploration with you.
Very talkative.
He's talking a lot. Also in my office I use a spataphilium. I have a huge spataphilium at the back of my office where I work, and so all the tests of new products and music I'm doing with this huge spataphilium. So also for this reason maybe have a strong connection with that plant that is really talk a lot. And then also the music is quite nice to hear. And on this point, I want to tell you that, of course, this is not the music from the plant, as we discussed before. but the plant emit a signal that we translate as human being in some sounds that for us are pleasant. So the algorithm is done by humans, and also the scale, the music scale, is something that human being create. The music scale has specific exact frequency that form the notes of C, D, E. And in this case, in this specific case, we are using a C major scale because we want to make the music from the plant pleasant. Otherwise, if it's not pleasant, of course we could be more adherent to the plant behavior, but for us could be something that is disturbing our listening. And so, as a human being, we try to put let's say the good point between the plant and the human being. Now I would like to make you listen to some other sounds. These sounds are coming from a specific device that is this one that we call bamboo. And on board we have a specific synthesizer. But what happens if we change the synthesizer, or we want to have a more elaborated sound? Of course, they are sounds made by humans. They are a sound, for example, later I want to that you hear some sound make with electronic. Of course, there are sound made by us, but it's something that we build always for the aim to allow us to communicate with the plant. So it's something. It is an instrument that gives us the possibility to understand what the plant is thinking or it is feeling. So now give me a couple of minutes so that I plug my computer, and in the meanwhile you can enjoy the music from the Spatafilio.
computer? Yeah. Okay. Just on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe the mic.
Il mic il microfono che sta vicino.
enjoy these sounds. Before closing, I would like to have another sound set so that you could experiment another meditation. I would like that this meditation is treated by us like a healing bath session. As I told you, the frequencies are so important for our body. The plants can cure humans, and all the beings have the ability to do that. We give another instrument to the plant to use the sounds, to use human sounds, to have a sort of music therapy to us. So now I change the sound set, and I will guide you in a short meditation. So now I ask you to sit in a comfortable position and breathe. Take a deep breath and release all the tensions you have. Breathe and calm down your mind. If you want to move in the sit, you can do that in order to find out the proper position. Going down on the ground. Roads are going down and down and connected with all other roads of the other trees in this park. All the roads are connecting each other worldwide. Take again deep breath and connect with the nature around. Or you can connect with a plant we have in the table, or any plant you can choose. connection with the plants, and you feel you are like a plant. Now that you are in connection with the plant and the nature, you are deeply relaxed. And you are ready to have this healing sound bath. Frequencies that can heal your body, your mind, and your spirit. Now you can take some minutes to experience these frequencies from the plant.
Hình gì?